For What's Your Story? This is Dren. Upon interviewing him, he told me he was a former actor in Hollywood turned porn star, currently living on the streets.
Well, what I do right now is a little documentary, and I call it What's Your Story, in which individuals will tell me what their story is and how they wound up in their predicament, what they're doing, and what's going on in their life. You mind telling me a little bit about yourself?
I worked as a contractor, but before that I worked for a not-for-profit organization that was operated by a church. And then after so much time of living in the streets, homeless, close to the end of 3 years, I went back home to see my family. And just like before, they did me about the same way as my ex-wife, and would put me in a mental institution and throw me out on the streets. So I decided that after 3 years in St. Louis, I called to Texas. So after 3 years in Texas, living in the streets is hard anywhere. So I drove Social Security disability, and I've had a lot of problem with that. And but with everything, I've just been seeking God, ask and let Him lead, guide, and direct my steps, and just continue to move on and try to let everything, all the obstacles, fall behind and come this far and made it in Texas.
Right.
But,
So basically, you're originally from what state did you say?
Missouri.
Missouri, and you came out to Texas for what was the thing that actually brought you out to
Brought
Texas?
me to Texas. Actually, there was trouble with the law in many ways. We couldn't see eye to eye, and
If you don't mind me asking, what kind of trouble were you doing?
They kept giving me it was a trespassing charge.
Trespass, okay.
And it was bogus, and because I had kept paying to be somewhere,
right.
and they would use deception and small details and have me removed from weight gyms. So I thought it best, with view of everything, just to try to. Other than that, it's just like I tried to get away from everything that was holding me back. But I found a lot of it the same here.
You got a lot of trouble with the cops messing with you and things of that nature.
No,
law
the
enforcement.
The police here are good people.
Good people.
But,
it's good to
it's
hear.
just
protect and serve.
The views of people because of lies, slander, and skews of perception. People listen to what people's talking about instead of actually trying to know someone. They rather think they know them by what somebody else told them than they understand the realities of who someone truly is.
Right. So let me ask you, what are you doing now? Like today, what was the day that you wound up out of a home, living, let's say, on the streets per se?
Well, it was my ex-wife's birthday.
Your ex-wife. So this is day one when you wound up on the street, right?
It was February 28th of 2020.
2020.
My uncle was in the hospital, and I walked from Wappapello Lake region to Gatorado, or hitchhiked anyways. And from there, it was just on. I just kept going on because as far as I was concerned, and I know for a fact that you two must be in agreement to walk together, and nobody was in agreement for Tim to be her husband for many different reasons. And she wanted on the marriage. At that point, I didn't. I wanted to continue to follow God in my own conscience. And so with that, I mean, it's more complicated than it sounds.
Right.
But it's within everything. I mean, it encapsulates it in a short,
Like I know nobody decided. I know from that day going forward, you had a home, a roof over your head, had your young lady with you. That day, did you leave knowing like I'm going out? Did you have a place to go when you left?
I was letting God. I didn't have anywhere to go. I just had God's guidance and leading me on.
Okay, that's good. That's following God, and sometimes letting God discern you is telling you maybe the lady you with, her spirit wasn't equally yoked or tied to your spirit, and such. So it's good that you're keeping God in your life. Let me also ask you, these days, do you see yourself taking the strides to maybe change your situation?
I have. I put in a lot of effort, but like I said, there's a lot of obstacles being homeless, especially with having a check. People target you.
Right. Right. So for you right now, is that it? I take it that's your only possessions you have, right?
No, I have a shopping cart down here at the church I go to where I would get shower and lunch.
Right.
And I had left this down here. I had to perhaps come back get it.
Okay, so you do have a place to lay your head and wash up at night, right?
Well, I just got a tent, but
a tent?
Bathing and keeping your hygiene is very hard, especially for me, because I've got epidural medical condition at the time.
Are you on treatment for that? Do you have medication for that?
No, there's actually no treatment for it. I don't want to get too far into it, but yeah, it's I go down to the Beacon, but that makes me more of a target, when things
understandable.
And their open sore policy makes this complicated.
That's true.
So right now, the only place I have to take care of my hygiene is Church Crestdown.
Understandable. Well, I appreciate your time interviewing you. You're a good man, and thank you for that, man. I see you around here a lot. That's why I wanted to kind of get to know your story a lot,
I do appreciate it.
And you're very welcome. Keep it up. God is definitely going to make something change. Just keep him in, and just follow God's path, right? That emptiness you feel inside of you, the only way to fill that and cure that void is the Holy Spirit within you, with God guiding you. You listen to that, and God is speaking to you in more ways than you know.
I agree.
All right, thank you, my good man. I appreciate that, brother.
We had to cut recording prematurely because upon it, we were stopped by law enforcement. Apparently, Dren had a warrant out for his arrest.